In the ancient lands of Mesopotamia, a man named Abraham dwelled, beset by uncertainty and longing for a promise yet unfulfilled. Abraham, originally named Abram, was a man of faith, chosen by God to establish a covenant that would change the course of history. The Lord appeared to Abram, calling him out of his homeland and said, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you." This call was not merely a request, it was a divine command, one that required Abraham to leave behind everything he knew and trusted. In response to this divine calling, Abraham displayed remarkable faith, embarking on a journey into the unknown, trusting in God's promise. The covenant began with a series of promises from God. "I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing." This promise was profound, for it spoke not only of Abraham's personal blessing, but also of a future where he would be the father of a multitude. Abraham, however, faced trials that tested his faith, including the uncertainty of his descendants when he and his wife, Sarah, remained childless. In the midst of his doubts, God reaffirmed his promise, telling Abraham, "Look up at the sky and count the stars. If indeed you can count them, so shall your offspring be." This moment marked a pivotal turning point in Abraham's life, as he chose to believe in God's promise despite the impossibility of his circumstances. God established a covenant with Abraham, signifying an unbreakable bond, marked by the promises of land, descendants, and blessing. The land promised to Abraham was Canaan, a fertile land flowing with milk and honey, a place where his descendants would flourish. As a sign of this covenant, God commanded Abraham to undergo circumcision, a physical mark of their relationship and commitment. This covenant was not merely a contractual agreement, it was a deep spiritual connection, one that would define the identity of a people. Years passed and Abraham faced moments of despair, but he held on to the hope of God's promise, embodying unwavering faith. At the age of 99, God appeared to Abraham once more, changing his name from Abram to Abraham, signifying his role as the father of many nations. God said, "I will establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant between me and you and your descendants after you for the generations to come." The promise of a son, Isaac, was given to Abraham and Sarah, a miracle that would fulfill God's covenant in a time when hope seemed lost. The birth of Isaac was a testament to God's faithfulness, and through him, the lineage of promise would continue. Abraham's faith was further tested when God commanded him to sacrifice Isaac, a request that seemed contradictory to the covenant. In that moment, Abraham's faith was put to the ultimate test, yet he obeyed, trusting in God's goodness and the promise of life through Isaac. As he raised the knife, an angel of the Lord intervened, saying, "Do not lay a hand on the boy. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son." This event solidified Abraham's legacy as a man of faith, whose trust in God brought forth blessings not just for himself but for generations to come. The covenant with Abraham laid the foundation for the Israelite nation, a lineage that would witness God's unfolding plan of redemption. Through Abraham, God established a relationship with humanity, a promise that would transcend time and lead to the coming of the Messiah. The significance of God's covenant with Abraham resonates through the ages, reminding believers of the power of faith and the faithfulness of God. As we reflect on Abraham's journey, we are called to emulate his faith, trusting in God's promises even in the face of uncertainty. The covenant serves as a testament to God's unchanging nature and his desire to walk alongside humanity in a relationship of trust and love.